Wesley, go.
What an intro.
It was a really good intro, alright?
I really appreciate it. Well, hello, as you heard, my name is Wesley. I'm a friend of Brendan and Joe. I'm not super big into music. I just like to listen to a lot of it, but not into the scene per se. So I'm here for the hot takes that are ill-informed.
Oh, fuck. Wesley, what's your favorite Radiohead album?
It's gotta be Demon Days.
I guess I don't really know what I expected.
I know just enough about music to ruin their day. It's perfect. So, where are we going to begin today? What do you got for us, Joe?
What are we starting? Do we want to start with news? With what's going on in the world of music and movies? Alright, there's just a couple articles that I picked out that I thought were somewhat interesting. J. Cole's Dreamville Festival has been canceled now. It's supposed to happen in April and then was canceled. And is this a Radiohead article about the OK Computer recordings? I'm actually interested in this. I'm pumped.
Maybe switch gears to talk about Radiohead, I think. Because Radiohead is where it's at.
I feel like that's going to be a sentence uttered at least 15 times during this recording.
So have you heard of this little band called Radiohead?
I literally haven't even heard Radiohead.
Have I heard of Radiohead?
Katy Perry's coming out with a new album? Sorry, off topic.
What? Who?
Katy Perry.
Oh, yeah.
But moving on. That's for
Do we want to go back to the news to the news instead of Radiohead?
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Okay. How
anyway.
About... Yeah.
So J. Cole's Dreamville Festival has been canceled now. It was just postponed to August. And now it's gone. They're not doing it anymore.
Oh, it's just like straight up gone.
Yeah, they just canceled it.
That's super unfortunate.
So,
were they selling tickets already?
I assume so. They were. I mean, I assume it's just gonna all be refunded.
Hopefully.
Let's see. Yes, looks like they are handing out refunds on their website.
That's super nice. That's lovely.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it'd be like
standard, but like
probably be illegal to like not hand out refunds. Next, we got an interesting story. So Live Nation, who is they're like very good company.
Good job, Live Nation. Really big fan.
Wow. They're basically like Ticketmaster, right?
Yeah. I thought they were Ticketmaster. I thought they were the same.
Are they the same
company?
Are they the same company? I didn't actually know. I'm not actually sure.
We do our research, just so you know. We do it well.
Oh, okay. I thought they were separate, but they merged apparently.
Yeah. See, we do our research.
We do. We do. Quick googling.
Yeah.
But Live Nation, Ticketmaster, they have furloughed 20% of their employees. So that's put on leave of absence. It's bad. That is. Yeah.
Honestly, less than I expected, though, considering literally no tickets are being sold right now.
I mean, fair point.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh god, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have any more uplifting news, perhaps.
Yeah, Katy Perry's coming out with a new
Katy
album.
Perry's coming out with a new album,
Oh my
baby!
god, Katy Perry? She's coming out with a new album?
She's coming out with a
so
new album.
excited.
It's coming out on August 14th.
5th album. Wow, Katy Perry's released more albums than I thought.
Really?
Is this really only her 5th?
Yeah, it is.
I could have sworn she had 5 already. I don't know.
I don't think so. She's just released.
Katy Perry's pregnant?
Yes, she is. She, I guess, sort of announced it in her music video for Daisies.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Cool.
Yeah, here's an Instagram post kind of summing it up from her. That's so lovely. I'm glad she's doing well. Glad she's coming out with a new album. Firework. Nothing will ever be better than Firework by any artist.
Alright.
But I'm glad to see artists try.
But have you heard?
If you say radio,
one of the boys, just a straight banger of an album all around. You got the hits. You got Hot and Cold. You remember Hot and Cold?
Oh, by Katy Perry. Yeah, of course I remember Hot and Cold.
Oh,
yeah, no, of course I remember like all of Katy Perry's bangers. But like Firework, it just nothing compares.
Other Katy Perry songs compare to Firework. Okay. Have you heard the song Peacock?
That's a cool opinion.
Yeah,
I
the
actually
Peacock.
have not heard the song Peacock.
It's a song.
It's alright. It's a song.
That's whack. No.
You wanna know something funny? Like, my dad loves that Katy Perry album, Teenage Dream. Loves it.
Really?
Hates the song Peacock.
Alright, let me listen to Peacock real quick. This is a banger. I don't listen to enough to Katy Perry.
You don't, honestly. Like, Katy Perry,
I really don't.
She deserves some respect. Teenage Dream is actually a banger of an album.
I'm gonna
some of
my backlog.
Some of her projects aren't the greatest, but like, she's, I wouldn't call her a bad artist by any means.
She got some bangers.
Oh, that is not Teenage Dream. Oh no, that is the deluxe Teenage Dream. All right.
Yeah, the Teenage Dream on Spotify has like 32 different Teenage Dreams, so you just kind of click around, figure out which one's the correct one.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, some of them are like, oh no, they've actually fixed it.
Oh, they did? Okay, because I remember when we were trying to listen to it one time.
There's like 20 or something. And like a bunch of them were like just like a bunch of like previews for all the songs, so they're like 30-second snippets of each song.
Yeah.
Wait.
Weird.
Snoop Dogg is in California Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I guess I didn't know who Snoop Dogg was when California Girls was popular.
Y'all remember that Snoop Dogg was on trial for murder? This was like before we were born, so y'all remember that?
No.
Like in the 90s, yeah. Snoop Dogg was on trial for murder.
That is wacky. I assume he did not murder anyone.
He was acquitted.
Well, like, okay, hang on, let me rephrase. I assume he was not, like, confirmed a murderer, but
yeah, he was acquitted.
But are we all? Is this like this isn't like an O.J. Simpson sort of situation?
No, this is not at all like an O.J. Simpson sort of thing.
Okay,
if it was, we would, be hearing a lot more about Snoop Dogg in the same light we hear about O.J. Simpson.
Fair point. So on that level.
So speaking of O.J. Simpson, really big fan of his music,
Really big fan of Radiohead.
Wait, has O.J. Simpson actually put out any music? I need to know this now.
Did you know O.J. Simpson was considered for the Terminator? But he was turned down. He was turned away for the role because they thought he was too likable, that no one would buy him as the Terminator.
Yeah, makes sense.
No one could see O.J. Simpson as a killer,
I found a playlist called O.J. Simpson, but that's a close.
No, yeah, I checked. It doesn't seem that O.J. Simpson has ever released music, which is something he's got to amend, honestly.
Absolutely.
It's like
it
it gotta be like that Key and Peele sketch where he just what's it called, Joe? The Key and Peele sketch where like the rapper just like raps about his murder.
Oh shoot.
So there's
I'm
5
sure.
accounts on Spotify called OJ Simpson, and I would really
follow
like to
all of them.
It's the real OJ Simpson.
I don't think any of them.
Well, like, we have to guess based on what music we think OJ Simpson would listen to, and I think that's really the most exciting part of this.
You're spying on these 5 accounts to see what they listen to?
Okay, well, the only one that has been used in, like, recently, has listened to, Totino's Hot Pizza Roll podcast. The remastered
That's him, that's OJ.
soundtrack, and has a playlist called Minecraft Songs with 0 followers.
That's our boy.
That's oh wow. It has a lot of music on it too. Oh my lord.
So he listens to the Tostino's Pizza Rolls podcast?
Who doesn't?
Yep. Totino's Hot Pizza Roll. That is Totino's twice. And it's just a song called Totino's Hot Pizza Roll. I made a mistake. Something has gone horribly wrong. I'm gonna link you guys to this real quick. Because I can't put words to it. I'm gonna need help for poor listeners out there. Wait for this to load.
It's just the same.
It's the same song over. It's 20 times.
20
Totino's Hot Pizza Rolls by Fire with Dang Tunes.
The playlist is just called H.
What is this?
I know I'm using for background music next week.
Yeah, that kind of slaps. I'm gonna admit that's a little bit of a banger.
This is the weirdest. This is the weirdest
if you ever want to know what OJ Simpson listens to, you heard it here. Bangers, Bops, and Banter's exclusive news segment.
Of where we spy on OJ Simpson's listening habits.
Can we have a segment?
Not spy.
Where we just
celebrate.
Thank you, Brendan. You're absolutely correct. Can we? I think we should have a segment where we just try to find like the personal Spotify accounts of like important figures.
All right.
Make our best guess at which one is the correct.
You just agreed to that real quick, Joe.
I mean, sure. I don't know. Why not?
You make a fair point.
Anyone gonna care? Like,
no.
I meant like at some point in the future, but if this is what's happening, I will not say no.
No.
Well, all right. Do we want to move on to more news?
Yes, I think that's important.
We got some movie news. So for a while, I know for like which I'm a bit skeptical about, or at least I was.
Can you repeat that? You cut out on my end just a little bit there.
Oh, okay. I want just all right.
What part of it?
All of it.
All of it. All right. So, so for the past like 3 to 4 years, I think ish, there's been talk of a Scarface remake.
Okay, cool.
Which I've been, I guess, somewhat skeptical about because it's a remake, and a lot of the time remakes aren't that great. But it's just been announced. So they're making a new Scarface movie. Actually, it's going to be written by the Coen brothers. and directed by Luca Guadagnino. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The same director who did Call Me by Your Name and the Suspiria remake.
Oh, cool.
Which was really good. So I'm pretty interested to see where this goes.
I feel like Scarface is like a different, very different feel than those other two movies. But
I mean, yeah, but those two movies are very different feel. Like they have a very different feel from each other.
that is true. That is true.
It's also written by the Coen brothers, so I feel like the script's in good hands.
I mean, considering it's a remake, I don't feel like they have to do too much. The original Scarface script is pretty good. It was a good movie.
Well, I mean, more so than that, it's like the Coen brothers have like done remakes in the past and have done like very good with them.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this.
Yo, you think he's gonna get Colin Stetson to do the soundtrack like he did for Suspiria?
Wow, that would be absolutely astounding.
You mean Thom Yorke? What?
Oh yeah, Tom York. Sorry, I just got I got it. For some reason, I thought Hereditary, and I don't know why.
Oh man, I love Hereditary.
Man. All right. Spike Lee's new film.
Wait, no, but we were talking about Tom York, which relates to Radiohead, and
God.
So
anyway,
Radiohead's
Spike
doing the
Lee's
soundtrack
new
for the
Netflix
new
movie,
Scarface
The Five
movie.
Bloods.
Yeah,
If I hear one more thing about Radiohead, motherfucker.
Yeah, Spike Lee has a new movie coming out on Netflix called The Five Bloods. Which is about 5 Black Vietnam vets who go back. Who go back to Vietnam, I believe, to find something they like buried there. I'm not. Don't quote me on the plot. I'm not very.
I'm reading the thing right now. Do you want to know? It's kind of fucked. Shall I?
Well, sure, go. Yeah.
What? It's not 5. It's 4 veterans who returned to Vietnam looking for the remains of their squad leader, who was the 5th guy.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's not that depressing because they're also looking for buried treasure. Quote. Which makes it sound like a really wacky sort of pirate movie, and I'm really confident that's not what it is. But buried treasure is just really not the word I would use there.
No, definitely buried treasure.
I mean, that's I don't know. That's what they're looking for.
Hey, you guys want to know something? I just realized I've messed up because this whole time I haven't been sending myself to the radio.
You haven't been sending yourself to the radio, Brendan.
So they've been hearing you guys, but not me.
That is so tragic. Well,
so I'm gonna fix that right
welcome
now.
to the show.
Okay.
Whoa, this is crazy how this other person just showed up.
So,
would you care to explain what happens, Brendan? Because they were not able to hear your explanation.
So I'm the DJ, and I'm responsible for making things go smoothly, and I'm bad at my job.
Well, you also have to introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm Brendan. This is Bangers, Bops, and Banter. And you're listening to 91.5 WUML. LOL.
Wow. Oh, we never had our intro. Me and Joe just started talking.
Yeah, because I was
that's so
introducing.
Me and Wes introduced ourselves, but we both mentioned Brendan in the introduction, so it was probably really confusing.
Yeah.
Okay. First time, there's always some bumps
some
and bruises.
Bite marks, scratches.
Oh boy.
Mortal flesh wounds.
Interesting.
Not everyone survives their first outing into the podcasting world.
Yeah.
It's definitely a kill or be killed sort of situation.
Podcasts are they're tough.
It's cutthroat. Literally. Anyways, Trolls World Tour
Yeah,
I didn't. I just
It's so good.
I didn't click on it.
Okay.
I was just
You
reading the
didn't
URL.
click on it. So yeah, okay. So this is a story from a couple weeks ago that I just thought was really interesting. So Trolls World Tour, Universal announced was a pretty big success for them, as they just released it onto services to stream. I think it's like set at a price of like $20. And it's
Okay.
made about 77 million from the digital release. Or well, I guess it's made 100 million in rental fees, but they only get a certain cut.
Can you define digital release?
Digital release, so like on to like Amazon or like Google Play or whatever for people to rent.
Like purely, no.
Yes.
Not released in theaters at all.
You can,
because of
yeah,
Exactly.
not released in theaters.
Interesting.
So it's just released on those, and it's priced at like $20.
That's a lot of dollars.
Yeah,
but
so,
it's cheaper than buying, movie tickets for a family of 4. Like,
yeah.
That's a fair point, actually, when you put it that way.
And so like, plus it's like a new release, so like, I guess you're getting it like a lot earlier than other people. But basically, Trolls World Tour was a huge success on digital release, and so Universal announced that they were planning on, after coronavirus ends, they're planning on releasing movies from now on in movie theaters, but also digitally for the $20 fee, because it's if people rent movies on digital, it's generally at least somewhat better for them, because in a movie theater they get about a 50-50 cut, whereas with a digital release they take an 80% cut, so you get a lot more from it. But like the trade-off is, like in a theater, if you have foregoing, then you get 4 ticket sales rather than just the $20.
Right.
The thing is, what I heard about that though is that like movie companies, studios have like a contract with theaters that they have to release it in theaters before it goes online. I thought.
Well, I believe that was before the virus happened, and I think that's only like I think that it's probably like a buy release thing or something.
Is it? Okay.
That makes sense, because like I assume big studios still will sometimes still like release something onto like a streaming platform, I'd guess, or
Well,
like still produce like 2 video movies, if that makes sense.
I mean, I suppose. Like, I don't know. What I just had heard that like the theaters were getting mad because it was a breach of contract.
So what happened is that AMC, after hearing that Universal wanted to do it on digital and release both in theaters and on digital, basically AMC just said, we're not gonna play your movies. Like straight up, just said we're not gonna play your movies. Which is interesting.
I mean, at that point, just like why not go full digital then?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is like, on the one hand, like, I understand where AMC is coming from, because they're a business and they don't want to lose their business. But like, what is it like? If like you're making just as much money from digital, and like that might depend, because like, later on when people can actually go out to theaters, maybe people aren't as inclined to just rent a movie. Yeah, and I also think it depends on the type of movie.
Right.
Because Trolls World Tour is like something you watch as like a family if you have like young kids.
Or you and your 3 best mates.
I have a proclamation. And that proclamation is that the live-action Dora the Explorer movie
is fantastic.
Excellent film to go see with you and like a couple of friends who just like want to have a good fucking time.
Oh yeah.
And just like
you're saying you should.
Asses.
You're saying it's a great film to go and see. Like you should like go out to the theaters now.
Yes. Leave your house right now. Do not do that. I'm not responsible for that,
out there.
But
it is absolutely fantastic to watch with friends, though.
It is. I would highly recommend. This is not a
coaster
not
ride
an
of
exaggeration.
emotions.
It's genuinely funny. It's just genuinely hilarious. Highly recommend. But I digress. Point being, Joe.
Point. I don't know. Point being, it's the situation's interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting to me because I'm like, AMC is clearly trying to scare other companies into not going digital or not going full digital.
Strategy, yeah.
But when AMC goes out of business because of coronavirus,
whoopsie doopsie.
I mean, it's definitely interesting to see how other companies are gonna react. Like if they're like fine with this.
I've heard through the grapevine, this complete anecdotal evidence, but some studios are considering attempting to continue filming under this is a minor change topic, but it's slightly on topic. Continue filming under the circumstance that everyone who is to be on set can be tested, and then those people are to remain on set for the duration of filming.
So that's like a similar thing that like sports is trying to do right now, where they're just trying to essentially create like a bubble. But like that doesn't work because you can't force people to just stay there because people have lives. Like they have family, they have friends. That
I don't know, man. Some sports people.
Most athletes have a wife or a girlfriend or something, or a boyfriend, you know, or a partner, whatever you got. 10 partners, I don't care. Sports people got them. They got them all.
I mean, like,
that escalated really quickly.
I mean, I don't know, like, presumably if everyone's like okay with it though, like I could totally see like, assuming the shoot is only like a month or two or something. Or,
well,
like,
yeah, but you still gotta get hundreds of people for that, and you gotta get them to just all consent to staying there.
Well, I mean, I guess
y'all are gonna be
true, but that also depends on the movie. Like, there are plenty of movies that you only have like 20 or so people. You only need like 20 or so people for it. And like,
I mean, then you're talking about a much lower budget films.
Yes. But like, I don't know, for like, there's like there's like new Marvel movies or whatever, as well as like the new Batman movie that's in production. And like, I don't know, like if they get enough people, like I could totally see that being viable.
Joe, there's 10 minutes of credits for Marvel movies. There's hundreds of people.
Well, I think, but, like, they don't need like the hundreds of VFX artists to shoot video. If that makes sense.
That's
like, they're just on a set.
I guess. But I don't know. I just feel like it is
a very magical Christmas land sort of situation.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but it's the reality that we live in. So, in other news,
Radiohead's coming out with some unreleased music.
No, I'm doing a new segment now.
Okay.
All right. So again, I'm improvising this entirely right now. So forgive me for my lack of information on the subject. But Mick Gordon, the director of the Doom 2016 soundtrack, the Wolfenstein soundtrack, as well as Doom Eternal soundtrack, has gotten in what appears to be a fight with Bethesda. And it's escalating rapidly, last I checked.
Wasn't that like a couple weeks ago?
I think so.
Because I'm pretty sure Bethesda just like parted ways with him.
Just straight up? Because last I heard, Mick Gordon was like, "Yeah, we're not working together again." Followed immediately by Bethesda going, "We never said that, but all right."
That's a shame because he made good soundtracks. Something funny.
What is this PSA you... What?
Which one? Speaking of PSAs...
Do we have to do PSA right now?
We have to do it in the next 20 minutes.
I think this is a solid transition into our PSAs.
We'll go back to talking about Mick Gordon, I guess.
I guess so. We've already interrupted the flow, might as well.
Wait, am I doing
Joe, you're going first.
I'm going first. Oh god. Do we have to do
just start talking
right now? Or
we can do both right now. We just need to do both in the next 20 minutes or so.
Here's a friendly PSA. When you commit a gun crime,
Don't laugh. You can't laugh.
Alright.
No, you can't laugh. It's fucking gun crimes, Joe. Jesus.
Oh, this is no joke, okay?
It's just quite a way to start off PSA.
Cold open.
You're committing a gun crime.
Hey, stop that. There's some guy listening to the radio right now. He's driving to go commit a gun crime and he just stops. We just saved a life.
We did. Alright. When you commit a gun crime, it's not just you who pays the price, it's your entire family. Gun crimes hit home. A public service announcement brought to you by Project Safe Neighborhoods, the Ad Council, and your friends here at WUML LOL.
Alright.
Wow.
Teens, are you hurting? Do you need someone to talk to? Is there no one there to listen? The NEO? I'm going with
NEO.
The NEO Teen Helpline listens. Call 1-800-272-8336. Call to discuss any problem. All calls are free, confidential, and optionally anonymous. Remember our number. 1-800-272-8336. Our phones are open weekdays from 2 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Someone is out there who cares and wants to help you. Remember, the call is confidential and free. 1-800-272-8336 from NEO Teen Helpline and your friends here at WUML LOL.
Yeah, that's a little
long one.
Explainer, I guess. We don't run ads here on the radio instead because we're a non-profit radio station. So we run PSAs instead, and they're really good, really helpful, very applicable to your situation, I'm sure. Don't commit gun crime. Okay.
Especially now.
Yeah, now you know that it's not just you who pays the price.
It's bad to commit a gun crime.
I noticed that throughout that entire PSA. I don't know. Am I allowed to commentate on the PSAs a little bit?
Yeah.
I just noticed that they don't address the victim of the gun crime. It's like, your family is gonna be sad. It's like, hey, the other guy's not doing so hot either.
The thing is, if you're the victim of a gun crime, that's kind of not in your control, you know?
Yes.
It's what are you gonna do?
You should no. I feel like the PSA should appeal to the fact that you should not injure another human being, regardless of whether they're related to you or not.
I mean, if you're gonna commit a gun crime, I feel like you're past that point, and then you just need to learn that it's not just you who pays the price.
It's the guy you shot.
No, that guy's been gone.
That guy got gagged ages ago. That being said, on the other hand, Teen Helpline probably super hype right now. Y'all are feeling bad, like a lot of us are right now. Holy hell!
There's so many chats and stuff for talking during coronavirus, which is really nice to see.
It has been really nice. I've been seeing a lot of communities kind of forming on places like Discord, just online in general. It's been really kind of inspiring to watch people get together and do our best in the same chat room, like we are now.
Wow. Speaking of people getting together, do we want to talk about the Phase 1 MCU movies?
Oh, well, yeah, we can just transition to this. I thought we were talking about Nick Jones, though.
Do you want to talk about Mick Jones?
Jones?
Mick Gordon, you mean?
Mick Gordon.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
I think
Mick
I call,
Gordon.
Tom Holland. No, Tim, the guy, the Bethesda guy.
Todd Howard.
Todd Howard. I called him.
Who'd you call him when you were on the show?
On the radio, like 2 or 3 months ago. Fucking Todd Howard.
No, I think you did call him Tom Holland.
No, I definitely called him Tom Holland, but he just called him Todd Howard.
Yes, his name is Todd Howard. I don't know why you get confused with Tom Holland.
It's like the same name, and neither of them are relevant to my life.
Okay, that's a lie. Tom Holland is very relative to your life. He's a fucking snack. Okay.
Can you say that? Can we say that?
He's 23.
Wait. He's a snack.
That's like literally not that much older than me. That's literally like 2 years older than me. I could date Tom Holland.
Yo, that would be sick.
Dude.
No,
do
it.
Awesome. No, save him for Mitchell.
If...
Have you ever heard Mitchell talk about Tom Holland?
No, literally never.
Okay, well he's kind of envious because Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Mitchell wants to be Spider-Man, so.
Oh right, facts. Mitchell wants to be Spider-Man. It'll happen.
Yeah, one day.
I genuinely.
They'll reboot the series again.
Fucking facts. And Mitchell's gonna do it. It's his fucking dream.
Maybe he'll end up like, you know how like Donald Glover wanted to be Spider-Man and he ended up being Uncle Aaron? You know, maybe it'll be something like that where he'll get some role in Spider-Man.
Yeah, facts.
Wow.
Hello, Donald.
Are we talking about Mick Gordon's situation still?
I feel like I don't know enough about it to actually.
Okay, so like.
If there's an opinion or thoughts about it.
My knowledge of the situation is basically Bethesda forced him out of the process. They didn't let him master a lot of the tracks on the Doom Eternal soundtrack, and eventually they just cut ties with him completely. I believe is what happened. And people were really pissed at Bethesda because they fired one of the people who made one of the core components of Doom. The new Doom games. So
I actually heard that is sort of, but not quite what happened. Last I checked, and again, this is all we're doing our best.
We do our research, as I said earlier, that you probably didn't hear.
You guys do your research. I am a guest. I believe so.
No, you're part of this now.
You're part of it now.
Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
You're in. You know, once you bop, you can't stop. All right.
But it's called the Bops stop. It's not called the Bops stop. That said he would deliver X number of tracks, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." Unfortunately, a week before they were due, he just hit up Bethesda and was like, "Hey, I need more time," and they were like, "Okay, have more time. We understand. It's all good." But then, even then, he still did not deliver all of the tracks, and Bethesda was kind of like, "All right, I guess," and they had. Bethesda's being an asshole and ruining my stuff, but he didn't actually do the thing that he said he would do. And so now everyone's pooping on Doom Eternal's lead sound designer, which is shitty because it's not his fault. He's just doing his job and trying to deliver a good product to the best of his ability, doing a job that is not his. And so that's why they didn't really, Bethesda, from my understanding, didn't really cut ties with him. Mick was just on Twitter, DM'd someone and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to know that."
Why did you post this? Talking about?
Don't worry about that. That's just that's a later topic.
Oh my god. You have to talk about it now.
No, we don't.
He didn't actually post
Put
that.
all his money up his ass. He would need a really big ass.
Thanks, Neil deGrasse Tyson. that Tyson spelled with an E? Or is it just a really blurry image? Yeah, it's just really blurry. But yeah, so Vic Gordon sent in a DM to someone who was asking what was going on, that he probably wouldn't be working with Bethesda again. And in a public letter Bethesda's, or Doom Eternal's lead designer released, they were like, we never discussed that, but if that is how he feels, then that is how it will be.
Oh, okay.
And so then they were kind of like, yeah, no, we won't be working with Vic again. Which is super unfortunate for the reasons Joe described. It's an absolute shame that Vic Gordon will likely not be working with Bethesda again, because his work on Doom 2016 is absolutely fucking prolific. It's set the standard for video game soundtracks in this day and age. And his work on Doom Eternal, while mildly scuffed on the official release soundtrack, was still very, very impressive. Sad times, because I feel like no one's like really. I feel like they're both in the wrong. Like Mick Gordon a little bit more so, but like no, I don't think anyone handled it super well, which is a shame.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it was
the complexity of the situation.
Absolutely. Frustrating.
An unfortunate situation.
Yeah, game development super difficult, super intensive. I'm dying. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
you're dying.
Anyway,
Yo,
we should say Wesley here. He's a game designer in training.
I am studying game design and development. That is my future career. Well on my way. And boy howdy, is it not a toxic industry at all in the slightest. Nope, sorry. All of this being said, would highly recommend. Am following my dreams. A lot of fun. Yeah, just it's worth a shot, but just know what you're getting into. Do some research before you decide to just like go to college for game design, because that's fucking insane. It's fucking 10:53, Brendan. It's 10:53.
How did you only notice this now?
An hour. We have to talk about Katy Perry again. No. Oh my Christ. We have to do the PSAs again. Because me and Joe read them. No, motherfucker.
Brendan.
Hey guys. Shh. Why did you send this in text? Why did you didn't want to interrupt us talking?
Brendan's gonna.
What's the fucking point?
You guys are on now, by the way.
We're on now. Oh boy.
How you doing, everyone? Remember that thing that happened to Brendan? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It happened to us too. It's all good though.
It's okay. I don't think anybody's listening. And this one ain't going up online.
Probably for the great.
There's been a fair too many technical difficulties.
But we can keep it for memories. Hi, future Wesley.
Oh boy.
Wesley is sad.
Alright, so we should introduce ourselves then.
Awesome. This is the start of the podcast. Can we? Fresh start.
Yeah, I can actually stop and restart the recording here.
Stop and restart the recording.
Sure.
Fresh start. Double check and breathe.
Alright.
And then we're going to explain what happened, do our intro, explain what happened, and then speed run the podcast.
Speed.
Oh, I realized actually it had been recording the entire time. But anyways, we can just start a new recording because the other one was bad. Welcome to Bangers, Bops, and Banter.
Oh, okay, hold up. What do you mean it's been recording?
So it's been recording. The recording works. The live does not, or didn't. It works now.
Oh,
okay.
Boy.
The live
wait,
one.
no.
Okay.
But it was sending your voices. Maybe it did.
Oh my god.
I'm not actually sure. I have to look into that. Cause no, okay, wait. I have to look into what is being over here. Where's being output? Oh, it's just out. No, okay, we were fine the entire time actually.
You son of a bitch.
Like,
I was
even,
like
with your own voices and shit.
What?
Was everything fine the entire time?
No, for that first 30 minutes I was wrong, but we were fine with other things. Like everything else is fine. We don't have to speedrun stuff.
You're just fucking with
I'm
us
just
at
dumb.
this point.
No, because
my god.
having. So, you know how in the studio I have a mixing board?
Yes.
I have to use a virtual mixing board, and it's a little bit more confusing. So, I got confused, and I'm bad.
I just to the radio live. Yeah, our background music is really fucking loud. Or at least it's really fucking bassy. But it is a banger, I will admit.
Oh, this is some Aphex Twin. We're just listening to Selected Ambient Works Volume 2.
Nice.
Which is like 2.5 hours long, so it covers
That's awesome.
the entire time.
Bless you.
Yeah.
So we're fine? We can continue?
So we're fine. Okay, cool. Do we want to talk about the Phase 1 MCU movies now? Do you want to go over those? Or not?
Yeah.
Wesley, when's the last time you watched any of the Phase 1 MCU movies?
The only one that matters is the Incredible Hulk.
It's true. The one we didn't watch.
An incredibly unique individual. For I saw Endgame. No, wait, fuck. Infinity War. The big one with the purple man.
Yeah.
Which one? There's two of them.
I
That's
saw
Endgame
the first
and Infinity War. Infinity War.
I saw the first one over the summer because I was visiting my parents, and they always go see all of them. So my dad dragged me to Infinity War, was it? Yeah, Infinity War.
Which one?
The first one.
The first one? The one where he does the snap?
He does the big snap.
Okay,
and it's like,
all right.
whoa, wacky. But I actually never saw Endgame because I didn't visit my parents when it was out. So I still don't know what happened.
That's fine. We're talking about the old Marvel movies. So what we're talking about is Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Thor, Sword of Hulk, Captain America.
Sword of Hulk.
So Hulk is sort of in the MCU and also sort of not.
Hulk is in the MCU.
The Incredible Hulk, but it's not tied into anything else.
I totally understand the sort of part. I thought you the Sword of Hulk, and I was like, what the fuck? What is happening? So
no.
All right.
So we didn't watch
the Avengers movie, the first one.
So we didn't watch Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk isn't on streaming services because it's owned by.
It's partially owned by Universal.
Universal. Okay, I thought I was right.
So that's why we haven't had another solo Hulk movie, because if Disney was to make a solo Hulk movie, they'd have to do it with Universal. They don't want to do that, but they can use the character in other movies as long as he's not the main character.
Okay.
And I will say that the main Marvel Hulk representations are much better with David Ruffalo or Mark Ruffalo. I don't know why I called him David because his name is David Banner. That's why. Mark Ruffalo. He does a great job playing the Hulk, I think.
Wait, David Banner? What?
Bruce. So back in like the 70s, there was a Hulk show. You know how his name is Bruce Banner? Back in the 70s, there was a show called The Hulk, or called The Incredible Hulk, that called him David Banner for some reason. And I believe they eventually retconned his name to be Bruce David Banner.
Oh, okay.
I can double check that though, but I remember as a kid sitting at my grandma's house watching that Hulk show, and his name's David Banner for some reason.
Wow. Alright. So how does that show compare to the Incredible Hulk movie?
The special effects are so good. When he is green, he's green.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
My favorite color, bro.
So are we gonna go through them in order? Start with the Iron Man.
Wow, that's so wacky.
Iron Man's the first one.
Iron Man good.
Iron Man's really good.
Iron Man big good. All
Iron
right,
Man.
Iron Man 2.
Okay, Iron Man 2, not so good.
All right,
Not
cool. Iron Man
small
3.
good. Not small good. Small bad.
Small bad.
Iron Man 3 is not part of Phase 1.
Iron Man 3 is not.
Damn. Iron Man 4.
Damn. There's Thor.
I heard terrible things about Thor, other than that one scene where it became a meme. The one with the cup.
All of another, or whatever.
Oh, I'll have another. Yeah, that meme.
He smashes it on the ground.
Yeah.
Thor is like 75% of Thor is just Dutch angles.
They get real deep at some points.
I never would have guessed.
It's just like a lot of them are like 45-degree angles too. It's like really aggressive.
It's jarring.
Thor has like you've never seen Thor, I assume.
No.
Okay,
Thor is
so
interesting.
I ended up enjoying Thor
quite
a bit.
So let's take you on the journey of watching Thor. The first you meet Thor and you got his Asgardian buddies. You got Beard Man, Mustache Man, Asian Man, and Girl. Okay, and Thor and Loki.
Terrible superhero names.
No, they don't matter. They die later or something.
What's Girl?
They die in Thor Ragnarok.
What?
Wait, what?
No, Wesley asked about Girl.
The power of being female.
Well, they're just all like Asgardian warriors, so they do Asgardian warrior things.
Oh! I thought you were listing off superheroes.
No, these are just warriors. They show up.
All right.
Anyways, they go to Jotunheim, which is the kingdom of the Frost Giants, to fuck up the Frost Giants because that's what's cool and hip, right? And they get their asses beat, sort of, because they are. Imagine if like 2 aliens came to Earth and tried to fight all of the humans at once. Like, wouldn't really work out. Like, even if they were like essentially gods, probably not even gonna work out the best because there's 8 billion of us and we all have coronavirus. Damn it.
So Odin comes in and he's like, what the fuck? Stop. Don't do it. This is bad. And he goes back. He takes them all back, and then he banishes Thor for being
a naughty boy. By the way, you're listening to 91.5 WML. Lol. This is Bangers, Bops, and Banter. I just had to get that in before it was 11:05. By law.
By law?
By law.
You have to say the name of your show.
I don't have to say the name of the show. I do have to say 91.5 WML. Lol.
Wow.
Why is that?
FCC guidelines.
Nice.
I just.
All right. Anyway, Odin banishes Thor for being an arrogant idiot. And so this is like the first 30-ish minutes of Thor, I'd say.
I will say, the entire time they're in Jotunheim, it looks like garbage. Okay, the special effects are really not the best.
My mom's from Jotunheim.
This is like at a time where they really shouldn't have tried to do a completely CGI world.
Yeah.
They should have stuck to like Asgard looks like alright. 2011, I think.
Yeah, 2011.
Wow, the MCU was old.
Yeah,
Iron Man was 2000.
Whoa.
Iron Man 2008.
The MCU 12 years old?
Yeah.
The MCU, oh my god. The MCU is like an annoying child right now.
Yeah.
That's like incredible. My god.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say, it's interesting. I don't know. I feel like after Endgame, like people are like not going to go as many Marvel movies movies. Like I feel for a lot of people, it's like Endgame's the climax, and it's just like
Yeah.
well, it's done now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Far From Home did well.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong because like maybe people still want superhero stuff. But like I don't know. Far From Home did well because it's Spider-Man, and Spider-Man like always does well, even when it's like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it's a piece of shit.
Which is a masterpiece.
I love Andrew Garfield.
Anyways, there's just like one time where they're in Jotunheim, this one monster shows up, and he's like the big bad, and it literally he looks worse than Ghostbusters, a Ghostbusters monster, like the old Ghostbusters.
Hey, don't talk shit about Ghostbusters.
No, but like the special effects in old Ghostbusters are outdated. You know.
Not really. Pretty good.
Remember...
They still look pretty good.
Okay. Wait.
Slimer looks pretty
okay,
good.
I'm not talking about Slimer. I'm talking about
do you remember? No. I got this, Brent. I got this. Do you remember in Ghostbusters when the dweeby guy, he's in like the hotel or whatever? It's all like all these white hallways and shit. He's like running away from the dog thing, and then the dog like burst through the wall, and clearly the wall was just blown up, and like they just like the dog just like transforms into the room, and then like does the shittiest little growl animation.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking. I'm really talking about the dogs because the dogs.
It literally, I was 4.
Okay.
I was like 11 or whatever. I was a young child.
4 and 11 are different.
I turned to my dad and I go, Dad, I didn't realize that this was a video game. And he goes, No, it's special effects. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look at it, because it's just the worst, Joe.
The dogs don't look that good. Slimer, I'll give you Slimer. Some of the other ghosts, they look great. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man looks great.
Unbelievable. Love Ghostbusters.
Alright, anyway, so Thor, opening 30 minutes.
Real bad.
Not very good. But like then he gets to Earth.
Okay, when he gets to Earth, he's clueless, and it's probably where the movie shines because it stops taking itself seriously. Because you just have this dude who's been a god in Asgard his entire life, who is now essentially just an Olympic athlete on Earth, and he's walking around. He gets hit by a van more than once.
It's hilarious. Just like multiple times, he just like wanders into the middle of the road, and like the van that like the like supporting cast is in, they like almost run him over multiple times.
I mean, they hit him with the van multiple times. Like
yeah, they hit him.
They knock him out due to trauma from being hit by a van.
Yeah, like that part of the movie is definitely really good. I think part of why I enjoyed Thor more than probably most people is because I was watching it with Brendan.
That's fair. Because we were just bashing on it and like having a good time the entire time.
Because like it's, I don't know, once he gets to Earth, it's just like a really fun and a really funny time.
Yeah.
I mean, half of it was just us pointing out how many Dutch angles there were.
That is true. There were a lot of Dutch angles. There, the time, like,
Your homework today is to go count every single Dutch angle.
Oh my god. But yeah, so the Thor gets to Earth and he wanders around a lot. He's sometimes shirtless, which is nice.
That's where it's at, dude. When Chris Hemsworth tries to pull the hammer and his muscles are just everywhere. Oh.
What do you mean his muscles are everywhere? Like all over the floor?
No, like just bursting.
Do you mean rippling?
Yes.
Bursting is not the word I'm using.
No, you can't avoid them, man. They're everywhere.
So this has been fun, guys, but I gotta go and never come back.
So, but have you seen Chris Hemsworth?
I have seen Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Hemsworth is fucking drop dead gorgeous.
Exactly.
Yeah. and he's shirtless in this movie.
Yeah,
so,
and that's why Thor is actually a 10 out of 10. It's because you get to see Chris Hemsworth shirtless.
It's the best Marvel movie. Okay. But actually, we're avoiding the actual best Marvel movie, Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay. We're talking about Iron Man 2 now.
Iron
Can we
Man
just
2
not?
is my favorite movie. Hot take.
Iron Man 2 is your favorite movie, Wesley?
Iron Man 2. Yeah, remember 2 weeks ago? No, 2 days
Oh
ago.
yeah, because he
when you
missed.
said, Wesley, if you don't show up to movie nights, then Iron Man 2 is your favorite movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't show up. And guess
No,
what?
that was last week. Yeah.
Was that last week? It's been a week now.
That was this Saturday. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I'm saying. That's last week for me, because this is Monday, in the year of our Lord 2020.
It was 2 days ago. Alright, there you go.
That's a week ago, Joe.
We have very different definitions of a week.
Yeah, facts.
You could
The
say
week started on Sunday. Saturday is before Sunday. Saturday is last week.
It's not a week ago. It's last week. You said it was
Yeah,
a week ago.
I said that is a week. A week ago is last week. Those are the same thing.
Saying a week ago implies that it was 7 days ago. This is how long weeks.
I agree with Joe. However, the real issue we need to address is that we need to kill off Fortnite so that we can start using the word Fortnite again.
Why didn't I? It's like I never said Fortnite before. It's easier just to say 2 weeks.
I liked the freedom of choice, you know? I really did. I miss it a lot.
I think it's an okay
I would
legal
say
album.
Fortnite for the novelty of it. I mean, like a fortnight ago or like a fortnight from now.
Yeah, but why don't you just talk English?
That is literally more English than English.
What?
Fortnite is like an English term.
Yeah, but nobody uses it.
They do in England.
No, they don't.
They do.
Give me an Englishman who says Fortnite. I don't think so.
Like Englishmen who use the word Fortnite. Name 3 of their songs, asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Bet you can.
There's OK Computer. There's
Dude, but what if Computer
Rainbows.
wasn't okay?
There's Creep.
He's got it. He's got how to Radiohead. That is this podcast. We should rename this podcast How to Radiohead.
I've how to Radiohead. Dude, I have learned how to Radiohead via osmosis. I shit you not. I will never listen to a single Radiohead song, but I will drop the most banging Radiohead memes. That's my goal as a human being.
Damn.
Anyways, Creep, am I right, fellas?
Anyways, Iron Man 2 is bad.
Wesley, if you watched Iron Man 2.
I have watched Iron Man 2.
Yo, that's
what do you remember?
There's that bit where he has the briefcase and then the electric whippy man comes out and he's like, I'm gonna get you, Tony. And Tony's like, here's my pizza suit. And he puts down his like
my
pizza box case thing. And he steps into it and does this really cool transformation where he like gets the suit on. But then Electric Whip Man just beats the shit out of him. It's literally like the most frustrating thing to watch in the world, but not in like a cool way, just in a dumb, frustrating way.
I mean, Tony Stark does eventually beat the shit out of Whippy Man in that fight, though.
I mean, yeah. But like eventually. It's not pretty. And like I feel like in the opening fight you gotta wanna like make them all cool, you know? It's kinda like, because if let's say someone has not seen Iron Man 1, they're gonna be like, damn, this character's stupid and bad.
That is true. Also, Iron Man can fly and Whiplash can't. Why didn't he fly?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Damn.
I guess I'm postulating this moment.
Wes, I have a question. Why would you watch Iron Man 2 if you haven't seen Iron Man 1? Like, assuming it's not in theaters, like, why would I go?
Okay, maybe you want to see the origin of Black Widow.
Iron Man 2 before Iron Man. Why would you want to know?
Exactly, because Black Widow has a bad character.
I saw Iron Man 2. It happened to be on, and my dad was like, this movie was really good. And
okay, well, your dad's a liar.
Alright, fuck you. That's my dad you're talking about.
Yeah. Is he really your dad? He lied about Iron Man 2. Maybe he lied about you.
Alright, Alright, let's. Alright, Brendan. That's a bit much.
I'm just saying.
Oh my god. So Iron Man 2, really good is the verdict. No, I have seen Iron Man 1. I've seen Iron Man 1. I just remembered. That's the one where he's in the cave and Tony's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then he's in a cave, and then he builds a suit out of random shit because he's fucking MacGyver. And then he like comes out, and they're all like, "The Iron Giant," and he's like, "Ha, no, bitch, it's flamethrowers." And then he's like,
No, yeah, that's Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1's really good. It's like
I really liked the part where he was like, "Haha, I'm a light terrorists on fire."
Yeah, it's really fun. He lights terrorists on fire. Like,
yeah.
How can you not enjoy that?
And wasn't there the whole thing with the Mandarin?
That's Iron Man 3.
Motherfucker.
We're not talking about that. That's next week.
One is he fights Jeff Bridges, who's in.
Yeah. Oh, I was doing some math, right? Right. Hear me out on this, Jeff. So, right. So Jeff Bridges worked for Howard Stark, right?
Yeah.
And he said that he founded the company with Howard Stark, right?
Alright.
Well, when was Stark Industries founded? Was it in the 40s? When Howard Stark is working with Captain America?
I assume like the late 30s. We can just like look this up on the MCU.
Okay, because what I'm thinking is, so Tony Stark, we see him in 1973 in Iron Man 2, and he's like a 10-year-old. Maybe he's even younger. Maybe he's a 5-year-old, right? That means in Iron Man, the first one, by that time he's, you know, we'll say 35 years has passed. So he's 40 years old, which is fine. Tony Stark's 40 years old. However, Jeff Bridges has been with that company since the 40s, which is like 60 years.
Okay, so it was founded in 1940 by Howard Stark.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Obadiah Stane.
What a sick-ass
Jeff
name.
Bridges. Yeah, I know, you don't remember it.
Yeah, nobody remembers his name as Obadiah Stane, but like, it's kind of cool.
Obadiah Stane.
Jeff Bridges, like, he's probably the best villain outside of the Avengers in like the first like MCU or in Phase 1 MCU.
Yeah.
Who's the villain?
Okay, but you have Red Skull Hitler.
What?
Red Skull sucks.
Okay.
Skull is like the
But he has a German accent.
He's so boring. As a villain, he's just cartoonish Nazi, but it's not like played super cartoony. It's like played like straight, and it's just really boring.
Nazis are the fucking worst.
Yeah, Nazis fucking suck.
Yeah.
Fuck Nazis.
Well, I don't want to take a political stance here, so can we refrain?
Is that still a political stance, or is that just like?
I mean, technically, yes.
Technically, are they still like?
I feel like one of the PSAs.
Like I know we have like some bad people. All right, moving forward.
I'm sorry. I just feel like one of the PSAs should just be "fuck Nazis." Thank you.
We can't say that word.
No, not literally. Wait, we can't say.
Well, normally we can't say that. In this specialized time slot where nobody listens, we can.
Just late at night, just have a PSA.
You really gotta utilize this hands motion more often.
Why, they can't see it.
That was a great bit of visual humor that y'all listeners will never be privy to. In that same vein, when Brendan was talking about his mathematics he described a moment ago, he got into his zone, I like to call it, where he just gets this really focused glare and starts gesticulating a lot. It was fascinating to watch. Fucking awesome. That only happens when he's talking about something that's like inconsequential.
Okay. Okay. But Yeah.
I literally
No,
wanted to
because
pay
see, when
attention
you're
over
doing something you're really good at, you start grooving. When you're like working on the radio or
Yeah.
doing like robotics and stuff, you just start jamming out.
Yeah,
That's how
man.
you know Brendan's popping off.
Thank you. Very,
Of
very
course.
kind words.
Them's the facts.
All right, wait. So, Brendan, what was your question about Tony
So,
Stark?
my thing, no, my thing is that Obadiah Stane has been with this company for more than 60 years. Why has he not retired yet? He's in
He's
his
not
like 80s.
years.
Hmm?
We don't know when
Yeah,
he starts working with Stark
But
Industries.
he said he built it from nothing. Which makes me think he was there with Stark from the start, or very close to it.
I assume. Well, no, I assume it was after he built it with. He took over from Howard Stark once Howard Stark died. So I assume he's talking about that because.
Is he? Okay, but we see
Yes.
the magazine covers. He's there with Howard Stark.
What?
So
Well,
I
yeah, he
don't.
takes over. Well, I'm saying. I assume like I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. It's
Okay.
an MCU movie. Who cares?
Obadiah Stane, leave. Take your big money and leave. Go home. Go
yeah.
retire.
Yeah, here. Tell me.
Jeff Bridges, have a nice retirement. Go to like Cancun or something. I don't know. Watch out for coronavirus. Anyways, that was my point about the Iron Man series. I'm just confused about the timeline with Obadiah Stane. Yeah.
All right.
How old is Obadiah Stane by the time
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't have a birthday for him or anything.
Right.
Also, we see like the past like 40 years of magazine covers, and he looks the same in all of them. Kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's Jeff Bridges, man.
Yeah. So, okay, we were talking about Iron Man 2, which is the best Marvel film. So it has Black Widow, who is just the best written Marvel character ever. She's
Black
given
Widow.
so much character development, and she's just really interesting. Definitely not used as eye candy at all or fan service. You know, same thing, but definitely not either of those things. Scarlett Johansson definitely was given a lot to work with for this role, I'm sure. I think she really delved into the source material and understood Black Widow as a character.
Man, yeah, no, it's starting to come back to me a little bit. That was just fucked. There were so many just like yucky things that happened. Where it was just like, oh, this character A doesn't do anything, and B, when she does, it's a certain.
She has, oh my god, she has this fight scene at the end where she takes out like 10 guys, right? And it is one of the worst shot fight scenes I think I've ever seen, actually. Like, it was nauseating how many jump cuts there were and how everything was going on, and it was rough.
We should watch the Transformer movies. You would enjoy those, Brendan.
We
No.
should watch
Fight scenes in the Transformers movies.
Civil War's cameraman was just having a stroke the entire time. He just did not stop. Like, there was just one 9-month-long elongated earthquake throughout the entirety of Civil War's filming. That's a fun fact.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hear very often. That's why the camera's so fucking shaky in that movie. Why I can't watch it without wanting to throw up.
Nice. We have Civil War's coming up, Phase 3, so...
Wow, that'll be
interesting.
I'm gonna yell about shaky cam for 2 hours.
Yes.
On the radio for everyone to tune in live.
Oh, baby. Look, I think we've been neglecting a movie here. No, Captain America, the first Avenger.
Wait, we haven't finished talking about Iron Man 2. I haven't talked about all the bad.
Can we please?
Are you gonna continue? Like, we haven't really been talking
What
about
else is
Iron
there
Man
to
2 at all.
say?
Exactly, because I only got to the
What?
first part of the bad, which was Black Widow. Black Widow is the most violent bad in Iron Man 2, in my opinion. Okay.
Really?
The second
Alright,
most violent bad is how they treat the villain. The villain is odd. It is Whiplash at they never actually call him Whiplash in the film. They always just call him Ivan.
Ivan.
He has a bird.
He has a bird. We never know the bird's name, unfortunately. I'm gonna call him Whiplash because that's like his comic's name, I guess. So Whiplash.
Bird?
No, what?
Oh.
Ivan.
You were like, the bird doesn't have a name.
No,
so I'm gonna call him
his cool villain name is Whiplash because he has whips and they lash.
I don't know.
Very
Ivan's
creative.
I'm just saying, Ivan. Like that, I'd be cool to be like a super villain named Ivan.
Ivan, you didn't even know his name for like the majority of the movie.
No, I knew it. I was just, I called him Ivan, and I thought I got his name wrong.
No, his name is Joe, but his supervillain name is Ivan. It's like, but, and they're like, look, man, just don't.
Yeah, just go with it. At one point, he gets like a fake passport because he goes to Monaco, and it has his name is Boris is on it, and Boris and Ivan. If that's not the two most Russian names, I don't know what is.
Can we call the bird Boris? Boris?
Sure, why not?
Yay!
He's fine. He's just there. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, he's there. He's never really done anything. Like, they don't ever do anything with him. Like, there's sort of the storyline where it's like, did his father get snubbed by Howard Stark? But then that's just resolved when Nick Fury's like, nah, because his father was a dick. And, like, that's like, okay. So this guy has he's just been misled and he has no redeeming qualities. It's just weird because he doesn't get any character development.
No. Whoa. Why are you saying he has no redeeming qualities? His name is Ivan.
His name's Ivan, and he has a bird. I forgot. But like the thing is, he also like just doesn't get any development. Is the thing. Like I feel like all the characters. Iron Man 2 is just, it tries to be so broad and it spreads itself too thin, and none of the characters really do anything.
It has too many plot lines. There's S.H.I.E.L.D. plotline, which will include Black Widow in. There's Ivan, his plotline. There's Hammer,
which is intertwined with Ivan.
They like kind of combine.
We'll get to Hammer, don't worry.
Justin Hammer. There's Pepper Potts takes over Stark Industries.
There's Nick Fury dying. Or not Nick Fury, Tony Stark dying.
Oh yeah, Tony Stark's dying because the metal he uses is like toxic.
Yeah.
So he has to find a replacement. There is also Rhodey and
There's
him
Rhodey.
There's the Rhodey / the military, which is intertwined.
Yeah, because they're trying to take away his Iron Man suits, essentially.
They're trying to get his Iron Man suits, and because they want to make weapons with it, because it's the military.
There's Tony Stark trying to like reconnect with his father.
What?
No, that's not really.
I don't know.
Has the same energy as like.
Well, no, that's just like that's intertwined in him getting the like finding the new metal, I guess, or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I don't know, but the whole reason Ivan's there is because of Howard Stark.
Well, yeah, but like his father, like, Tony, like I guess getting a different view of his father is not like the main, like that's just kind of incidental to him, like trying to like find like the solution to a problem, if that makes sense. Like it just happens.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like they make a big deal out of it though.
Well, yeah, but it's just like incident. It's not like a plot line. It's not like something you follow. It just happens.
And there's also, we mentioned that there's a military, but Rhodey also is like, he gets his own suit and stuff.
That's kind of just same as the military.
Yeah. Anyways, there's
Not
a
a lot
lot
of
of like stuff going on.
basically. It
And
should
at
have
the end of
just
it, none of it really matters except Rhodey gets the War Machine suit.
Oh, Silver Iron
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because Tony Stark dying, he just fixes it. Like, it's fine.
He discovers the new element.
Yeah. Well, he
Um,
does. He rediscovers it. He rediscovers vibranium. But yeah.
Is that also a movie
Ivan.
where there was like
Hmm?
the 6-year-old kid that like has a shed and then Tony pimps my ride? But
That's Iron Man 3.
fuck. They're all the same movie.
They're not though.
But, yeah, they're definitely not. They're very different, each of them.
They all have Iron Man in them.
He's got a point
Same
actually.
movie.
Really, I feel like it should have just been. They should have cut out Shield completely from this movie.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree, but they had to tie in Avengers is the problem. So
Yeah, that's the issue with these movies. Is they always have to tie into something else, and it can often just take away from the main subject matter.
yeah,
Frustrating.
yeah, but like,
because like
I don't know.
Iron
Most
Man
of-
1 doesn't really tie in with Shield. Like Coulson's there, but like he doesn't. He only just shows up at the very.
Iron Man 1 was like literally the first movie in the entire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like you can't cut him some slack there. But like nowadays.
No, like I appreciate that Iron Man 1 doesn't have to tie into anything else. Like Iron Man 1 can stand alone on its own feet, which is great. That's what makes it really good, and it's one of the few, like that and the Guardians movies I would say are like some of the few in the franchise that can really do that.
I mean, yeah, but like most of the other movies, it's not so heavy. Like it's like there's like a reference in there or something, or there's like a character who's like from other movies that's in there.
I guess, especially I mean Captain America is also very much standalone.
Yeah, I mean most of the Captain Americas except for Civil War, I guess. I mean,
Winter Soldier is very much tied into Shield.
Yeah, but like that like makes sense because that's like part of him.
Well, yeah, but you need to know other
He's
things
rediscovered
going
by
on.
Shield. What?
You need to have understand like the background from Avengers and other things going on within the MCU to understand.
Not really. You can just watch the original and then you understand where he is. Like as long as you've just watched the previous movie, like Shield is the one who wakes him up or whatever. So you know he's like with Shield.
I guess I feel like you need to watch the Avengers to fully understand Shield though, and like the Council and stuff like that.
I mean, I guess, but you can get it like pretty easily.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd argue that most of the MCU movies are not. I think it's bad to look at MCU movies as like a traditional series of movies. It's like a different thing, if that makes sense. Like it's
someone. Yeah, was it you who brought up? I think. Fuck. What was it?
Basically, they're different like type of movie because of it being a universe. It's like because everything interconnects that like or how do I phrase it? It's done in a way where you don't really need to watch other movies in the series to understand what's going on. Like, which is partially because of how culturally relevant they are. But like I don't know, if you watch like Spider-Man: Homecoming, like you kind of know who Iron Man is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, he's a big part of that movie, but you understand who Iron Man is. It's like he's been like everywhere in pop culture. So like,
let's say I lived under a rock.
Then just watch the other movies.
But what if I want to watch Spider-Man?
Fuck you.
Well, you don't live under a rock.
We're keeping it now.
Okay, I find that a bit harmful that you would say that about me, my rock. Okay.
Alright, Patrick.
It's a different type of experience. I don't know, like I don't watch like Thor Ragnarok and I'm like, why the fuck is the Hulk here? It's like the Hulk being there adds so much to the movie. Because it's the Hulk and it's also directed by Taika Waititi, so
That is true. Hulk good.
Hulk good.
Hulk go I'm sorry. The sleep deprivation is getting to me slightly.
Why we are? Do we have to do?
We have to do 2 each hour.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
my god.
Oh my goodness. All
So
right.
we can do these before we get into. We already sort of talked about Captain America.
I'm going first. I'm going first. Neil deGrasse Tyson puts Jeff Bezos' net worth into a new perspective.
Do we want to? Which do we want to do first? Do we want GSA or do we want to talk about Captain
We can
America?
talk quickly about Captain America. It's
Captain America is
all right.
It's very boring and it's very uninteresting, and nothing interesting happens. And it's
Okay,
not
no, there's the montage where they blow up Nazis.
that's like there, and it's not very interesting. It's
okay,
not very,
but they're blowing up Nazis, Joe.
yeah, but like they're fake Nazis. It's Hydra. It's not actual Nazis.
They're sci-fi Nazis.
Hydra also has like a really stupid salute.
It's the Hitler salute, but it's just with both hands.
No, but it's fists instead.
Oh yeah, it's fists.
Yeah, it's really stupid looking. I don't know, like Hydra just like doesn't like I don't know. You like you blow up a Hydra person and it's like whatever, cause like especially like in Captain America, Hydra has like does not give a shit about like race or anything like that.
No, yeah, like Hydra hires black people.
Because it's just like they don't. Because they're just they're just like sci-fi Nazis, so we can't have them be offensive. Which, like, I understand. It's like a light-hearted superhero movie. You don't want it to be like.
I mean, Captain America started out beating up Nazis. I feel like it was kind of a downgrade.
Yeah.
Hydra.
Well, like I understand they don't want that stuff in the movie because it's like it's supposed to be a light-hearted superhero movie. I don't want to think
about. How are a parent gonna explain to their child what a Nazi is?
Why are there so many references to African American apartheid in my Captain America movie?
Apartheid.
I was baiting that joke so hard. Oh my god. I want to explain to my kid what I'm not.
But yeah, Captain America, you know, they do it. It's not very good.
He is Captain America. You do get to see Chris Evans shirtless and hot.
That is true. Okay, he gets a point back.
Captain America or Wonder Woman?
Which do I prefer?
I honestly haven't seen Wonder Woman.
I've seen Wonder Woman. It's like okay.
I quite enjoyed Wonder Woman. I hate
Wonder Woman has like. I have so many problems with Wonder Woman, and I wish I could like it more.
Me too.
But Wonder Woman has like a really good chemistry with Chris Pine's character. I don't remember his name. Steve. Steve's. She has really good chemistry with Steve. But like then you have like the action scenes, which are absolute dog shit. And they're just like they clearly had no fucking clue what they were doing with the action scenes. They look so bad. It's just like a bunch of slow-mo bullshit.
So stupid. I'll never get. I know it's complained about to death, but it just needs to be said again and again and again. It's so fucking childlike to have this whole setup where it's like, oh, like war itself is the real villain. There's just the chaos and destruction and horrible like suffering that war causes is like the real villain. There's no big superhero villain. There's no big bad guy to beat up.
You know, it's not
just
like
war is hell.
It's not
war
you kill one guy.
Hell.
Yeah, it's not you kill one guy and like everything's happy. It's like people are just bad sometimes.
Yeah,
people do bad things.
Yeah. And that was incredible. That hit me so hard. And then she's like, wait a minute.
It's
Wait
Ares.
just to die.
He's right there.
It's Ares. There he is over there. And they kill him, and war's gone, bitch. World peace. War out of here. Done. Got him.
Ares does
Slap.
have that
War, get
mustache
slapped.
though throughout it, which makes it really funny
That
because
is
he's
true.
tries to be really threatening, but he still has the mustache. Like they couldn't make him like CG like eyes and just get rid of the mustache.
Right?
He also in the flashbacks has the mustache, and it's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Uh,
Wonder Woman.
man.
That's
Anyways, speaking of Wonder Woman, that's her cue.
Oh, do we do the thing now?
Yeah.
Do you want the long one or the shorter one?
I'll take the shorter one, I suppose.
Alright.
Which
Do you
one?
want to go first or?
Yeah, fuck it, yeah. Alright. At UMass Lowell, there are many resources available on campus for LGBTQ students, faculty, and staff. On-campus student resources include counseling services, ally spaces, victim advocacy, and different campus ministries. The Student Affairs Office encompasses several deans that are available to promote your well-being, a victim's advocate for who you can speak with confidentially, and the Office of Student Conduct. To learn more about UML's LGBTQ resources, visit uml.edu/diversity/LGBTQ. That's uml.edu/diversity/LGBTQ from your LGBTQ allies here at WUML Lowell.
As a really nice PSA, it's really useless right now.
Yeah, wow. Now that I think about it, really, please don't go there in this moment specifically. But
I think our
sure
counseling
there's
services are actually offering some online stuff. I'm not the authority on that. That's what I heard. I haven't verified that information, so maybe.
It's
worth looking into. Always, yeah. People out there.
alright. Having your AR checked out before the colder months can help avoid the stress of a
Car.
breakdown.
It's supposed to be car. Having your car checked out.
Oh, it just says AR. I was like,
Yeah, there's typos in some of these sometimes.
okay. Having your car checked out before the colder months can help avoid the stress of a breakdown during harsh weather. Experts at the Car Care Council recommend checking your battery and, if it's more than 3 years old, replacing it. Very cold temperatures can reduce a vehicle's battery power. Also, check your coolant. It should be flushed and refilled at least every 2 years. Don't add 100% antifreeze. Switch to low viscosity oil in winter as it flows more easily between moving parts when cold. Thickened oil can make it hard to start the car when the thermometer dips. Keep the gas tank at least half full. This decreases the chances of moisture forming in the gas lines and possibly freezing. Check tire pressure as tires lose pressure when the temperature drops. The Car Care Council promotes regular vehicle maintenance through its Be Car Care Aware campaign. For a free copy of its Car Care Guide, visit carcare.org from your friends here at WUMO Lowell. What? What is it?
I was
Anyways,
trying to throw you off your
our PSAs are very relevant. Those winter months, they're coming. So you better get your
I'm
car checked out.
excited for the cold weather, you know?
Dude, it's better to be prepared way too early than not prepared at all.
Absolutely.
That's why I always say. That's why I am rationing for the heat death of the universe.
It's a long way off, Brendan.
It's like 10 to the 99 years away. So, gotta be ready.
Hit him with that scientific notation.
Wow.
Oh, 10 to 100
wow.
years.
Iron Man 3.
That's not. We didn't watch that.
God damn it! I just want to talk
The
about Iron Man
Avengers.
3.
Come back next week, Wesley.
Come back
Fine,
next.
fine.
You know what? Come back next week. You'll just be a permanent guest.
Oh no.
You're now part of Bangers, Bops, and Banter.
We'll see. It's possible.
Wow.
I don't have a lot else to do these days.
Is this even banter? Does this qualify? Are we funny?
No.
I don't think banter has to be inherently
That's
funny. Wait a minute.
okay.
What?
I'm
You
looking
were
up
funny.
banter.
I'm also looking at banter.
Do we want to discuss the Avengers in the meantime?
Yeah, absolutely.
Banter, the
Playful and friendly exchange
playful
of
and
teasing remarks.
friendly exchange of teasing remarks. Okay.
So it's not inherently funny, but it's
It doesn't.
playful.
It's not inherently funny. We just have bad banter. Then if it's not funny,
Hey, Brendan,
yeah.
go fuck yourself.
See what I'm talking about. Nobody will want to listen to this.
Damn.
Imagine having a podcast where the entire time you're just telling the other podcasters to go fuck themselves. It's like an hour long every week, the same stuff.
That sounds like a slog. Dude, I used to listen to this radio show. That was just what you described. Like, it was just like, it was some rock and roll channel that was on, because I used to drive to work, like, fucking
Nice.
5 a.m. every day. Right? Yeah, right?
Yeah, rock
And,
and roll, man. The rock and roll DJs are something else.
Fucking facts. No, oh my god. I would listen to it on the way there, and the first like half of my ride was their talk show before they just went into music. Every once in a while, when nothing else was on, I would listen to them, and it was these two guys and a girl, and it was just the most sexist shit in the world all day, every day, and just like that classic like alpha male like, hey, you're a girl, hey, fuck you, eat shit, no I'm not, you're a girl. And like, you, and then her being like, oh, boys will be boys, and it was just so fucking uncomfortable. And that was just daily. That's just what they do with their lives. That's what they do for a living. That's their passion. That scares me.
Passion is a strong word.
Wow.
God, I hope not. I hope that's not their passion.
I mean, what if my passion is just to be yelled at all day?
Speaking of passion, have you guys watched The Passion of the Christ?
Have you seen God's Not Dead? Because let me tell you.
Alright. Where does God's Not Dead fit into the MC universe?
So, if
let me
Thanos,
tell you.
Thanos' daddy is not dead, and he is God. Mwah.
So Ant-Man
jumps
into Thanos'
ass. No.
And then expands.
Wait, I thought it was the other way around. I thought the whole thing
No.
and shrinks.
No, it's the other way. No, he
No,
expands.
the canon is that he jumps to Thanos' ass.
The canon. That's what happened. God, I really need to see.
Sorry for the endgame spoilers for any of you.
So really, it was really shocking in the theater. It's like,
God, it was.
They made it really graphic too.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
But Avengers, the first one.
Oh yeah, the first one. It's a fun movie.
Hawkeye's fucking useless.
What?
Fuck him. Hawkeye is fucking useless in that movie.
Oh well, because he's like bad for the first hour and a half.
No, he's bad for all of it.
Okay.
No, he's not.
No, like he's a terrible. He's morally bad for the first half of it, but he's bad for all of it. Like
so for the second half, all he really does is look at things.
He kills like 6 guys.
He shoots an arrow at the Loki, and then it explodes, and he goes flying, and it's really funny.
That's literally the one thing he does. Hawkeye's the worst, and Jeremy Renner, that's his actor, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a terrible person, it turns out. So fuck Hawkeye.
Whoa.
Okay.
Do you have sources for this? This is like, these are some accusations.
Oh wait, did y'all not hear about this? No, this is super fucking hip. So Jeremy Renner started this app. This is like semi-related to him being terrible. Jeremy Renner starts this app that's just Instagram, right? Except the only thing in the feed is just Jeremy Renner.
That's so funny.
Right?
Really
and then he monetizes the shit out of it. He's like, yeah, if you can just pay money to have your posts more likely to be seen by Jeremy Renner. And whoever pays like the most money each day is like at the top. It's fucking ridiculous, right?
That's
And people are like,
hilarious.
this is whack. No, it was hysterical. It was the funniest thing in the world for the longest time. Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez have an excellent video about this. But point being, that was some fuck shit that was like real sketch. And so he ended up having that kid shut down because too many people kept making accounts that were pretending to be Jeremy Renner.
Oh.
And there was no sort of protection that stopped anyone from making their name Jeremy Renner. And then people were stealing money from other people, and they were like, Jeremy Renner, do something. And he's like, I'm not an app developer. So they shut the whole thing down and gave everyone their money back. And then it turns out Jeremy Renner was like beating his wife or something. I'm gonna check my sources on that one because that's a bold accusation.
That's a very bold accusation.
Very. Jeremy Renner accuses his ex-wife of misappropriating almost $50,000 from his trust funds, but then Jeremy Renner did something fucked up.
Anyways, we'll go back to talking about the Avengers. Yeah, like Hawkeye and Black Widow are kind of useless.
Like, I don't know. It's fun. It's like
it is fun. I don't really worry about them because they don't really matter. So
yeah, I don't know. It's like
I'm not going to see the Avengers movie just to see Black Widow and Hawkeye. I'm seeing my boy Hulk, my boy Iron Man,
shirtless Thor.
He's not shirtless in that movie.
Sucks.
But you know who is shirtless? Mark Ruffalo is full ass naked. In one scene.
He is.
Jeremy Renner did some fucked up things.
Oh, you wanna update us?
So this is an old article. So Lord knows what is going on these days. But apparently, what happened is Jeremy Renner's ex-wife kind of talked a little bit about some things that happened, kind of relating to Jeremy Renner making lots of very scary threats that I don't want to get into on radio, among which involved firing a gun in his house with their daughter asleep, like, nearby. Just, you know. Just fired a gun.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of cocaine and alcohol. And also just like everybody who works with him kind of hates him, apparently. So that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like in Iron Man 1 where it had Terrence Howard as Rhodey, and then all of a sudden in Iron Man 2 it's not Terrence Howard anymore?
Yeah.
It's Don Cheadle? Because Terrence Howard was an asshole?
Yeah.
Also, he hates the Avengers.
Makes sense.
Damn.
Which is really funny.
He's had to deal with it for the past 10 years. So.
I mean, I can't blame him.
Yo, he shows up in Thor and does absolutely nothing. It's so funny.
He does nothing at all.
Like 5 lines of dialogue.
Hawkeye. Totally just talking about the character Hawkeye. Hawkeye's fucking useless. I can't get over that.
Okay. So at the beginning of Endgame, he's cool because he's in his Ronin phase, and his Ronin phase is actually cool. He has one of the better fight scenes in Endgame, I would say. But that's that's a long ways away.
He does other stuff in Endgame, so like I don't know.
Well, yeah, he does other stuff in Endgame, but like I don't know. The beginning is probably the coolest he'll ever be.
The very beginning of Endgame is like fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the opening scene. But I'm not gonna say anything about it. Wesley, just go watch Endgame, I guess.
Okay.
It's like enjoyable.
My homework.
Your homework for next episode.
God, I have class tomorrow.
You
class?
You do another semester.
Oh, I'm taking online summer classes.
Okay.
But you actually have to like be there on time?
Yep. Yeah. It's at like 1 o'clock.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a synchronous class. It's for building game engines in C++. I'm excited. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any other comments about the Avengers?
It's a fun movie.
They send a nuke into space.
Yeah, that was wacky. A lot of things that happen in Avengers was wacky. Remember the blue cube? They were like, dude.
Yes.
That's the only reason why anyone wanted it, is because it's blue.
Exactly.
Like, yes. The purest.
It's just like, I don't know.
The galaxy.
So there's one more. Okay, so at the end of Avengers, they're like, hey, because you use the Tesseract, the universe knows that like Earth is ready, but the time stone's on Earth. It's with the wizards, and they've been keeping Earth safe for centuries. Isn't what's the Yellowstone?
Well, no, I think the Yellowstone. Oh, I don't know.
I forget what it is.
Where's that stone?
But right now it's on Earth, isn't it? Because it shows up in Age of Ultron. Tony Stark just has it, or something.
Oh fuck! If something happens in Age of Ultron to like get to where they get it or something.
We just heads up. We have 4 minutes to talk about the new Charlie XCX album.
Are we gonna talk about that at this point? Because the time stone or whatever I figured was just like secret, like people just don't know about it outside of like the other dimensional people.
No, because it seems that people know about the times, because people know about all the stones, right? The reality stone is the yellow one.
Well, no, people know they exist. They just don't know where it is what I mean.
No, it's not. Wait, which is... Oh, the Soul Stone. No, that's not. That's the red one. What's the one Vision has?
That's the Mind Stone, right?
Yeah.
So they just take the Mind Stone from Loki's scepter. Never mind then. Sorry. Okay, so Earth has the Time Stone before they had the Tesseract, and like people know about the Time Stone because they know about all the stones. I guess they don't know that it's on Earth.
Yeah, no, they don't know where the time. People know about the time stone. They don't know it's on Earth because that's just been secret. Like people, like they don't fucking tell anyone except for the other dimensional beings who want it.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the Charlie XCX album? In, like,
okay, we have 2 minutes left.
Okay, we got this.
2 minutes. Okay, this Charlie XCX album
banger
is absolute banger. Go listen to it. It's
God,
real good.
So many good tracks on this album.
Good. The opener.
A lot of fun.
Pink Diamond. Oh, fuck.
Pink Diamond.
It's like
Anthems. Oh my god.
Anthem's one of my favorites, definitely. Party for You. Also really good.
Party for You. Forever in Claws.
Forever in Claws, 7 years.
Fire. Pretty fire.
I enjoyed all of it very much. It's definitely, it gives off minor vibes of After Laughter, where it's just like all of it banging, but it's like definitely sad boy hours, sad hours.
I would call it like sad boy hours. I don't know, like
it's not like
it's not
upbeat, certainly.
No, it's certainly there's a sense of longing throughout the album.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's not After Laughter levels of.
Yeah, no, it's not like After Laughter, like ha ha, I'm depressed, ha ha.
Speaking of, have you listened to the new Hayley Williams album? Wesley?
I was having a really good day when that album came out, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for a long walk. I'm gonna start working through my backlog, and I was gonna start with that album. And I listened to the first track, and I was like, nope, I want to stay happy today. I wanna remain in a good mood.
I didn't think it was that depressing, but
I don't know. It's really depressing.
It's not like mega depressing, but it wasn't super uplifting either.
All right. Well, anyways, we gotta close it out here.
Wait, gotta talk about how the Hayley Williams album.
You're listening to 91.5 WUML. Lol, this has been Bangers, Bops, and Banter. Have a good night.
This has been a train wreck. Yeah, have a good night though.
We're done. Oh, I should stop that recording too.